Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of NASCARFemale.com's webcast, The Burnout, featuring myself, Kimberly Grace Bowman, the OFR, with the number 24, Chase Elliott, and my wonderful co-host, Emily Luther, the OFR, with number 21 of Ryan Blaney. We're coming off of our last race here, which was in Texas, which, of course, made me happy, but we'll sideline all those personal feelings. But the biggest story was the rain delay, which lasted, basically put the day race to the night ready. Trying to remember the exact time that the red flag, we didn't even get started. Still, race didn't even get underway. It was intros and then boom, the rain started. So, let's see, it was around, I know it was the Facebook update, so I should remember this. Probably a good 5 hours, 6 hours probably. Really? Something like that.
I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I slept instead.
Okay, what? You flashed out.
Hold on, let me refresh. Is that better?
I think so.
Okay. I was saying I definitely fell asleep. I know that Carl won. Literally all I got.
When did you fall asleep? Like during the rain delay or during the race?
During the rain delay.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Like the first rain delay.
Yeah, but I mean, kudos to NASCAR. They made a wonderful quick decision once they did bring the cars to pit road. It was pretty quick. They, said, that's it. Carl's the winner. Let's go to the house. I mean, and probably because of the long delay, which probably was part of the initiative that they did that. But I mean, they made a nice prompt decision there, and I agree with their decision. I'm happy for Carl for getting the win there in the championship.
I'm fine with it. I find it frustrating though that they felt like they had to defend themselves.
Okay, Caitlin just sent me a neat message. She wants the link so she can join and talk about Carl for a minute. So that makes total sense. Give me just a second.
She told me she was going to watch tonight.
Stand by. All right, she should be joining momentarily. So, Jimmy Johnson and Carl Edwards. I did not have my thing. I forgot. Shame on me. Back on the job, people. It's fire. All right, that's better. Okay, update just there we go. Carl Edwards and Jimmy Johnson.
Do we think the third one's going to be a different a different team, or do we think it's going to be 100 Gibbs?
I don't know. I mean, Kevin Harvick's Phoenix luck seems to maybe make him a confident choice, although I'm not totally for that. But that would definitely be a strong contender for.
I get the weird feeling that Joey Logano has not got his retribution yet.
The previous show guys were saying they think Kevin Harvick and Matt Kenseth would round it out.
Could be.
Don't rule Kyle out though.
I would like to see, it be a Ford, a Chevy, and a Toyota.
Oh, hey Caitlin.
Hey, Kate. You're sideways. Thank you.
I know, I'm trying to get it. Well, since my laptop's not working, I have to use my phone.
It's still not working?
All right. Hey, what's up?
So, you weren't happy at all Sunday, right?
Not at all. I mean, I got a great nap in. I was on vacation in the mountains, and then it rained.
I saw your pictures. Those were gorgeous.
If she would have sent me one more Snapchat this weekend, I think I might have driven down there and been like, Caitlin, stop it! You're torturing me.
That's funny. Sorry.
I love it down there. It's beautiful.
It is. So, Carl,
yeah.
all I will say is this is redemption for last year in Phoenix when it when it rained and he didn't make it in because of the rain. So everyone that keeps complaining about the way that the race ended and because Carl got a quote-unquote free pass, number one, he should have made it to Homestead last year. Number two, he's good at tracks like Texas and Phoenix.
And he earned it.
Exactly. And he had a fast car all night, so sorry. I mean, honestly, I hate to put it like this, but it's not I don't want to say their wins were fluke wins, but it wasn't a fluke win like Almirola or Chris Buescher.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on Chris Buescher.
Oh, yeah. We patched that out here.
So have we discussed Brian Scott? I'm sorry. I just, I'm everywhere.
No, we haven't. We actually just started, not getting deep. Hasn't got very deep in anything.
I'm really surprised about Brian Scott, actually.
Me too.
He's so young.
I mean, he has a young family. I get it, but
we all have young families.
Exactly. I was going to say he's not the only one. There's so many drivers that have multiple kids. And
Jimmy Johnson, number one. He has 2 young girls. Or how about Keelan, literally the most adorable boy in the world.
Well, Ryan Newman has 2 kids, and
we don't really like him, though.
I'm just thinking of all the drivers that have young kids. Jamie McMurray has young kids. Casey Mears.
Doesn't Paul Menard?
Yeah. So a lot of drivers do.
Carl has a young kid.
Carl has 2 kids. You just don't see the second one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? And they're never at the track anymore. They used to be, like when he ran in Xfinity, but they don't come anymore.
I don't blame them. I feel like that's a lot of spotlight for them. Because like Keelan's growing up in it. You see him on TV every weekend.
Yeah, but look at Leo and Sophia, Jeff's kids. I mean, Leo is going to end up racing. I mean, I don't know if I'm like NASCAR, but Leo's going to end up racing one day, and Sophia wants to too. Ella Sophia. Yeah. I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, if you look back, Dale Jarrett was raced at the racetrack. Dale Jr. was raised at the racetrack.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just think it's interesting because, like, what's he going to do then? Like, what are you going to do? Are you still going to associate with NASCAR? Are you going to try and get in, at one of the companies and work on design or something? Like,
well, the press release I read from RPM was he was retiring from full-time racing. So that kind of leaves the door open as to potential part-time. And they said that he wanted to pursue his career. So I don't know if he has another company or, I don't know.
Switching sports, maybe? Switching to Indy?
I don't think so. I don't think you get open wheel. If anything, it's it probably is still in the racing realm.
Yeah.
There's a lot you can do in racing besides race.
I mean, I feel like once you're in the racing world, like, you don't leave. Look at Jeff. You don't leave.
Hey, that's not a bad thing. He can stay around.
No, I completely agree. I mean, look at how many times Mark Martin said he was going to retire.
Yeah, that's true.
Liar.
Mark Martin is the Brett Favre of NASCAR.
Which I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was an interesting article on J-Ski. Who was it? I think it was Dale Jarrett actually said he's having memory issues, talking about retired people.
So he
said he's having
saying it's related to like CTE and like concussions.
It says, yeah. He said in 3 weeks he will be 60 years old and he struggles with memory loss. With things in my brain I know probably come from some of those concussions. That's what I've been told.
Yeah.
You didn't think of Junior when you read that, did you?
What were you saying?
He what?
I said you didn't think of Junior, Emily, when you read that, did you?
I have been relatively calm about it. Caitlin, have I not?
You have.
Because I'm trying to pray to God that he's not going to announce that 2017 is his last year. I literally, at the age of 23, turning 24, I can't handle it. I can't. I don't need that kind of stress in my life.
Honestly,
Just saying.
Okay, coming from someone who went through this last year and watching their favorite driver retire, it sucks and it's emotional, but you do move on because I thought I wouldn't be able to make it, and I'm still here.
I guess what's hard for me thinking about it is, like, Jeff left on a really good note. I'm not saying Junior wouldn't leave on a good note, but the retirement talk has come up because of these concussions. How do we know he's not going to retire because of the concussion? That's what concerns me.
Right.
I think
if he retires, I want it to be because he's just tired of racing, not because he is retiring because he doesn't want to end his life with because of a concussion.
I don't think he's going to retire because of it, because honestly, I think that's the reason he did stay out the remainder of the year, is so that he can continue to race and be healthy
Hopefully.
in the future.
Hopefully.
That's the bright note we're hoping, holding on to.
Okay, this is killing me. Sorry, I'm flipping myself back. It might be really obnoxious, but
Oh, it's not too bad.
No, it fixed yourself again.
Alright, I was just reading the article about Brian Scott's retirement, and he said, quote, those of you who don't know, I'm getting here. This was a difficult decision, but one that I made myself and my family. Scott said, racing, specifically NASCAR, has been and will always be in my heart, but right now I want to turn all my attention to my family and to be able to spend more time with them. Racing has blessed me with great opportunities, and I'm very grateful for everything that it has allowed me to do, but for me, it's time to move on.
So maybe he is leaving racing altogether, no matter what job it is.
Sounds sort of like it.
Interesting.
I mean, Richard Petty could be trying to be, what's the word?
And of course, the next talk is Bruce Norton. That's the big buzz too.
What?
Who will take his place after he leaves?
They haven't announced that.
Who do y'all think would fill his place? There was some talk about someone. Of course, just Tom.
I don't know who would take it.
Yeah.
Ryan Blaney.
No. Trust me, I have a lot to say about that situation, by the way. But I'll wait for a minute. Because some news came out this week, so I have a lot to say.
So, not to like switch back and forth between topics or anything, but since I'm on here, because I came on to talk about Carl, in all honesty, I think that he has the better chance. People are going to disagree. I think he has the best chance to win the championship out of all the Gibbs cars right now, in my opinion. Although most people probably say that's Kyle Busch, I disagree, because I feel like Carl has nothing to lose at this point, and he's like the Mark Martin of this era of NASCAR because he always finishes in second. And I feel like this momentum, first of all, the 19 team's been strong all year. They just have had crappy luck in certain circumstances. But I feel like the 19 team is on. They have momentum on their side. Granted, it wasn't like a full race where they won it, checkered flag, and all that stuff. But a win's a win.
I
It was to win.
I would agree with you to like a point because, yeah, it might have been a rain shortened race that he won, but he has outperformed Kyle significantly in the chase. Significantly. Like, Kyle is literally barely hanging on the last round. So I agree with you. I think he has the most potential to win the race. Or the chase.
And even before the race this weekend in Texas, they were talking about it in terms of the Gibbs drivers, how they were so strong during the regular season, and then throughout the chase, they haven't performed at the same level they were previously. And now it's like Hendrick that's stepping up, primarily Jimmy Johnson.
Of course it is.
Even Chase too, but primarily Jimmy. I really okay. This was me a year ago with Jeff. So I'll be honest, it might be a little bit biased, but I really feel like this is Carl's year. I really, really do. Crossing all my fingers.
Well, I mean, he's been so close. I mean, even when he was in the 99, he was so close. So close. So I agree. I think he has a good chance of winning it. I don't know if you were listening earlier about who the third person might be that moves on. Might be a Gibbs car. I actually really hope it's a Ford car.
I think Logano is going to move on, and
that's what I said. I said I guarantee it's going to be Logano. He wants revenge for everything last year.
I know. It's probably going to be Logano, and I don't know who that fourth car is going to be. Maybe Harvick?
That's who Kimberly said.
Maybe. I hope it's not, honestly.
While we're mentioning Logano, I'm going to start my spiel now, okay? So, this week, Discount Tire renewed their sponsorship with Team Penske for the 22 car in Xfinity. Let me just say my piece with this. After what they did last season with pulling Ryan out of the car in Michigan and putting Joey in because they wanted more, whatever. They wanted the more popular one. Fine. That's fine. The more famous one. Whatever. What are you going to do next year, guys? They only get to race 10 races next season, and they don't even get to race, like, in the chase. Who are you going to call? Because Ryan technically still can because he doesn't have 5 years in. Boom!
Which I'm excited about, for the record.
Yes. Amen. Hallelujah.
Because now I can actually watch an Xfinity race and enjoy it because Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski isn't going to win every week. Thank you, NASCAR gods.
Literally, Caitlin, you and I were so annoyed in Kentucky. We were like, seriously? For real?
Well, this is the bad part, in my opinion, and I'm not going to throw names out there. Emily, you already know who I'm speaking about. There are people in the media like that don't even enjoy Xfinity races because they know that it's going to be a Cup driver that's going to win. Like, that's sad. I mean, this is obviously said off the record. They would never go to NASCAR and say this, but it's sad when your own media doesn't want to even be at the racetrack during an Xfinity race event because they know that it's going to be a Cup driver winning, and it's all for naught.
I mean, yeah.
Listen, I'm just thrilled because Ryan finally gets his chance over Joey and Brad. And maybe this will force Penske to finally bring up that third card and not give it to Paul Menard. Okay, I'm done now. I hate you.
All I will say is this. In NASCAR, there's only one thing that talks, and it's this. Whether you're getting this because of your parents, I'm not going to say names, or you're super talented and you've got 6 championships and you know your sponsor's not going to leave you. That is how you succeed and keep a ride in NASCAR.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
are you referring to Paul Menard's parents? Because, yeah, that's why he has a sponsorship.
Well, there's several drivers who have parents with deep pockets, including, well, I'm not going to say names, but they're throughout all 3 series. And one of them is in, well, I'm not going to say what series, but their parents are involved in NASCAR. I'm sure you can guess who.
Uh-huh. Does it start with a B and a K?
Yeah. So, money is what makes NASCAR go round, literally.
I have a lot of like built up frustration about this whole situation with Penske. They're literally just pulling him along like a little cat, with a cat and mouse, playing a stupid cat and mouse game with him. It's so frustrating.
I mean, but there might be a reason.
What if you just go tell
I
him?
don't know what that is, but there could be a reason.
Then we just go tell him. Write him a letter. Long one.
She said,
you don't want me to write them a letter because it'll be a really colorful letter.
Yeah, don't write them a letter.
Caitlin's just like, I can see the anger in this letter already.
Fan mail.
Like, that's not a good choice for you.
I will say this, Penske does watch our feed sometimes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They favorite our tweets and stuff like that.
Literally, like, 4 years later, and Ryan still hasn't followed me. So, Penske, I'm giving you a shout out. Still waiting on that follow from your driver. Can you work on it, please? Thanks.
Oh my god.
I kind of failed as your campaign manager. I slacked off. Sorry.
It's fine. We have 2017 season. We'll really dig into it next year. Let him get past his rookie season, and then I'll start on him.
Kimberly, by the way.
Ma'am?
Only on your end, Caitlin, because it's fine on mine.
Really?
Yeah.
No, maybe it's just my phone.
I can get very still, so I'm trying to move around here. Am I still frozen?
I don't know.
Am I frozen?
No, you're not frozen. But Kimberly's stuck in the same spot. I don't know.
Because I'm moving around. Like, I'm moving around big time.
Yeah, like, she just got out of her seat and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I'm
sitting up now. I'm sitting down.
That's weird.
It is weird. Oh. I mean, if you can see you're moving, then that's good. It's probably just me.
It's probably poor connection.
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, so not to I guess we're kind of halfway through, but not to push the agenda along or anything. I'm just really excited because that whole deal between Harvick and Austin Dillon was funny because I felt like Slugger Labby was more angry than Austin was. But then it was funny because then Harvick apologized, and it's like, you don't see Kevin Harvick apologize very often.
No.
So it's kind of like, well, the three kind of looks like the idiot in the situation because they're freaking out, and
yeah, like they're still mad about it. Harvick doesn't apologize. You better feel blessed.
I know. He's like Tony Stewart. I was actually surprised, I'm not going to lie, because when it all happened, I was like, oh, Kevin Harvick's just driving aggressively. And then when he was like, I apologize, I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like that, I don't know. I wasn't expecting that to come from him.
Like, are you the same Kevin Harvick, or is this a doppelganger?
Seriously, it was very...
not normal.
Exactly. It wasn't.
Was there a full moon last weekend?
I don't know. The race in general was weird. It was what, 4 or 5 hours delayed or something like that?
Yeah, like obnoxiously delayed.
Because it was supposed to start a little after 2, and it ended up, this is Eastern time, obviously. It was supposed to start a little after 2, and it ended up starting at 7:15-ish.
Yep.
Or 7:30, because they ran those laps under caution.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay. What I don't get is, clearly Chuck Norris was there, so he should have stopped the race. Come on now. He's a man. He should have stopped it. I said Chuck Norris was there. He should have stopped the race, right?
I forgot he
was
was there.
He should have stopped it. You forgot? How dare you forget?
I forgot because I watched the intros, and then there was a huge break, and I fell asleep.
I don't know why they didn't just postpone it. If more rain was coming, you should have just postponed it.
I'm happy they didn't because I would have missed it if I'd be driving back to Ohio.
Yeah, I don't think
that's
have the lights there. I think they made a good call all around.
I mean, they have lights. That's why they did it, is they had the ability to run it later. And it's easier to keep a crowd that's already there that night versus trying to have them come back the next day.
Yeah. A few weeks ago, we talked about Talladega and what it would be like if it had lights. How do you feel about that?
It'd be like Daytona.
Perfect, right? Literally perfect.
It would cost billions of dollars.
It would. That lighting. I don't know if you guys have you guys ever like watched documentaries on the lighting, the Musco lighting and all that?
Nope.
It's like the coolest thing in the world because it's not direct light. It's all reflected light. So it doesn't blind them.
Oh, that's interesting.
They had to do it because when they first tried to do it, the drivers were all blinded and stuff like that. And so they had to figure out a way to put light on the truck without blinding people. And they were also worried about shadows. There was a lot of things.
That makes sense, though.
I just thought it was super cool. I don't know. I watch weird things about racing, but if you guys ever get a chance, it's really interesting, especially because they usually talk. I think the one I saw, they were talking about the very first race at night and how they had so many months to try and get the lighting and everything installed, and they made it. It was for the first like all-star race or the Noble, whatever it used to be called. It was in the. I don't even want to say what it is because I don't know. I'm not going to say.
You never think about these things, but yeah, you're right.
Did you look it up?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I thought Kimberly did. But yeah, it's interesting. And you know what else? I'm happy that they postponed the race because I got the opportunity to watch that 2001, the year of NASCAR or whatever. And like, I never really thought about, I knew Jeff won the championship, obviously. And I knew that Dale Sr. died. And I knew that 9/11 happened. Like, I knew all that stuff happened. But like, I didn't think about it all within, you know what I mean? Compounded together. Yeah. So like watching it, I'm just like, man, that was a really crazy year. Especially if you were a NASCAR fan.
Definitely.
It was an interesting year.
Have you seen any of our webcasts past couple weeks ago?
The what?
Have you seen our past webcasts from the past couple weeks?
I would watch bits and pieces. I didn't watch them all the way through.
So did you see our grid?
Your what?
We got our chase grid. I made it up so we could follow.
I wish I could.
Oh, if you can read. Yeah. Most important things in here. I just filled in the whole gap.
That's cool. You have to send me a picture of it, like on Twitter or Facebook.
We only have 3 more boxes to fill in.
3 more? You mean 2?
Well, 2 within the championship box, so I guess I kind of have to throw.
Oh. Well, you know who's going to be the champion. I'm not going to say it, but I called Texas because I said Carl's going to advance. I knew he was 32 points behind, but he is really good at both Texas and Phoenix. So I said he was going to make it, and he did. So now I'm going to say he's going to win the championship.
Okay.
So is it bad that I'm really ready for the 2016 season to be done with?
Yeah.
Affirmative.
I'm ready for 2017. Between Ryan having not the greatest year and Junior, I'm just done. I can't.
Well, just know Chase is going to kick tail next year. And poor him, I didn't even know he was sick till during the race.
Oh, yeah. They had Allgaier. They had Allgaier, right?
Yeah, but Chase did the whole race. He didn't.
What happened to Caitlin?
She faded away.
Hold on. Am I back?
Oh, she's back. Nope. Just black screen. Yep, you're back.
Okay, my thing went.
He went the whole race, surprisingly. So.
Yeah.
He did pretty well. Ran decently for there for a while.
I don't know. I just.
And the rain delay probably helped him because it gave him a little time to rest up. So.
Yeah.
Did any of you see the rain delay shenanigans?
No.
The what?
The rain delay shenanigans that they did on the broadcast. Interviewing the drivers and stuff. It was funny. I only caught bits and pieces because I did not sit there for 5 hours more. We went back and showed Martinsville, the end of Martinsville.
Oh, I saw a little bit, but I took a nap, so.
Martinsville last year or this year?
This year, I think. Yeah.
It was this year. It was the one Jimmy just won.
Oh.
I turned on the very end when I woke up, and I'm like, meh. It was like the last 2 laps, and I'm like, I already know who wins.
Spoiler alert.
I know, pretty much. Well, you know what's funny is I noticed this, and I started laughing so hard because Emily, I was at your house when this happened. When in the Daytona 500 that was not postponed, but delayed until later in the night, the one that Dale Jr. won, they re-aired the race with Jimmy Johnson, and people were like tweeting, Jimmy Johnson won, and it's like the race like, it's not even going. So do you remember that a few years ago?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Well, now they put like it's like it says like NBCSN or whatever in the top right, and then it says like last week or something, like they even put it so people didn't think. I was dying. That was really funny.
I remember that Daytona very, very well. Because Caitlin kept sending Snapchat videos of me to people.
I wish I still had them saved, but that was long ago.
Hiding in the corner of the couch, freaking out, yelling at the TV. Like, I can't do this!
That was pretty funny.
So, you got some penalties too. That's the penalties too this week, I heard.
Joey Logano is one of them.
Yeah.
For his lug nuts.
Mr. Lug Nut.
He was only missing one, too. So dramatic. Anyways. Harvick, Stewart, Edwards, Truex Jr. all failed template inspection 3 times during pre-qualifying. Pre-qualifying, they got a written warning and lost a 15 minutes practice. Joey Logano's crew chief was fined $10,000. I find it funny that Joey was not affected by it, but it whatever.
His crew chief was.
Yeah. Allmendinger failed LIS 3 times in pre-qualifying, got a written warning and lost a 15 minutes practice time. Dylan, Reagan, they both failed LIS twice during pre-race, got a written warning. Dylan and Biffle, they served this in Texas. They failed LIS twice during pre-qualifying, got a written warning. Bain, Bush, Kenseth, Bush, and DeBenedetto failed template inspection twice during pre-qualifying. They got a written warning.
Sounds like a blast.
Mm-hmm.
Well, ladies, I don't mean to cut it short or anything, but I have some stuff I need to do.
Well, thank you for coming on. We appreciate the change of scenery.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
No problem. If you guys need something, let me know. But thanks for doing it. I appreciate it.
Will do. Thanks.
I like your glasses.
You what?
I like your new glasses.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, I hope you guys have a good night.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So, Phoenix. Will Harvick dominate, or what do you think we'll see?
I think there's a good opportunity for that to happen, but I also do think that weather could end up being a huge factor.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. The weather's just been so weird across the country this week that, I mean, like, we have our first freeze coming. So, granted, Arizona's, like, a long, far time away from us, but, like,
Arizona freeze?
their weather has to be affected, too.
Right. And we have several bubble drivers here that will be fighting tooth and nail. I mean, this is it. This is the last race before the last one, and I think we have some hungry drivers on our hands, that's for sure. There won't be no data hanging in the back, I'll tell you that. Probably going to be some exciting racing, I'm sure.
I agree.
So you remember I said I had a dream about who was the championship driver?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You want me to reveal it?
If you want, yeah.
Kyle.
Sorry.
Kyle Busch.
Ugh. Can we not? Literally, can we not, though? For real. Like, he's a great driver. Don't get me wrong. I will say that. He is a great driver. But I am so tired of it being the Kyle Busch show.
But if he earns it, I mean, we're talking top tier of the sport. I mean, 20 and taking over the sport he's not even in. But I mean, hey, if you look back in the past of the dominance of Earnhardt and all these others, would we have been dissing them? I mean, I hate to say
I
it.
agree. If he earns it, then that's fine. It's just, I don't know. I think NASCAR has a lot of issues with domination like that. Like that's something that is talked about all the time.
Especially when there's domination without competition, because if they're dominating, but it's as they're like hard, nose to tail racing, and they're really earning it with their domination. I think I could take that a little bit more than just be like the boringest race you ever seen. In each race, they're winning it. I mean, because that annoys me a little bit. But if there's domination, like back in the past, with your Earnhardt and your Petty, you had a lot of intense heat racing. You know what I mean? And their domination was, I mean, as far as I don't know everything about the past.
Yeah.
Not very many boring races, that's for sure. And you had the domination coming out of a hard-earned win. They didn't just awful assumption there, but I feel like that's the difference between the annoyance that our domination these days compared to the past. It's like domination with competition needs a balance.
Yeah,
which we have got a good share of that, but we need some more, I think. All right, you got track back?
Yeah. Sorry, I thought I saw a spider and I got real nervous.
You all Chuck Norris on it. I'll come and kill it for you. Maybe. How big is it?
Listen, I swear to God, I saw one. I don't know. Maybe I'm going
crazy.
Hey,
I wore some brand new socks around the house yesterday, and they left little pieces of black fuzz everywhere in my house. And every time I pass by the fuzz, it scared me out of my wits.
You're like, dang it, God.
Especially when I've had a citizen nibble on my toes twice this year.
That's really funny.
Okay. No, it's not. I mean, I had PTSD for 5 minutes after that.
I can't with you.
I read a blog post about it. It was weird.
That's interesting.
I'll send you the link.
Please do, actually. Please, I would enjoy a great read like that, actually.
Yeah, you'll like it.
So this weekend we're at Phoenix. It's a 1 mile oval. We're going to be doing 300 pub laps. Banking is variable, but it's 10 to 11 degrees in turns 1 and 2, 10 to 11 degrees in the back stretch, 8 to 9 degrees, or 10 to 11 degrees in the back stretch dog leg, 8 to 9 degrees in turns 3 and 4, 3 degrees on the front stretch, 9 degrees on the back stretch. Pit road speed is 45 miles per hour. Fuel window is 85 to 90 laps. 2016 March race winner was Kevin Harvick. 2015 November winner was Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Keep it together.
Oh. Race record is Tony Stewart, November of 1999. 2016 March pole winner was Kyle Busch. 2015 November pole winner was Jimmy Johnson. Top 10 drivers ratings at Phoenix are Jimmie Johnson, Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott, Jeff Gordon, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Tony Stewart, and Brad Keselowski. The track underwent its first repave in 2011. Jeff Bodine won the first pole at Phoenix in 1988 with a speed of 123.203 miles per hour. 206 drivers have competed in at least one NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race at Phoenix, 150 in more than one. Ryan Newman leads all active drivers with 28 starts. Jeff Gordon and Mark Martin lead total drivers with 34 each. 23 different NASCAR Sprint Cup race winners at Phoenix. 8 have won more than once, led by Kevin Harvick with 8. I'm not even naming which ones it was. 8 drivers have multiple wins at Phoenix. Kevin Harvick. Johnson has 4, Davey Allison 2, Jeff Burton 2, Junior 2, Jeff Gordon 2, Carl Edwards 2, and Mark Martin with 2. So yes, there's a good chance that Harvick will dominate this weekend. Shocker. This is actually an interesting fact. Of the 8 drivers with multiple wins at Phoenix International Raceway, Mark Martin is the only driver to win in 2 different manufacturers, Ford and Chevrolet. Interesting. 5 drivers have won consecutive weight races at Phoenix. Davey Allison, Jeff Burton, Jr., Harvick, and Jimmie Johnson. Jeff Gordon competed at PIR 16 times before winning, the longest span of any of the 23 drivers. Jeff Gordon leads the series in top 10 finishes at Phoenix with 24, followed by Mark Martin with 21. Jimmie Johnson leads all active drivers with 19. Jimmie Johnson leads the series in top 5 finishes at Phoenix with 15, followed by Kevin Harvick, Mark Martin, and Jeff Gordon with 12 each. Interesting. 3 drivers have won at Phoenix.
You froze for a second. Last few seconds you spoke, you froze.
Oh, sorry.
You're back, but
3 drivers have won at Phoenix and the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Championship in the same season. Jimmie Johnson in 2007, 2008 sweep, and 2009 senior, and Kevin Harvick in 2014.
interesting.
Interesting.
Oh.
Of the 40 races at Phoenix, 6 have ended with a green-white checkered. The last one was this year in March. You know what I'm hoping for this weekend? A green-white checkered, because it's been way too long, and I need one in my life.
I have a love-hate relationship with the green-white checker. I really love them. But at the same time, they're so tense. In a good way.
I think before the whole overtime line thing, whatever, I liked them more before they added this thing in.
Duh.
Now it just takes the fun away from it. Because it's not really a green-white checker, because by the time because once you pass the line, you win if the caution comes out. No, that's not how it should be. And it shouldn't be, once the white flag waves, no. If the caution comes out on the white flag, get to race to the checkers. Well, this is awkward because Kimberly's computer either died or I don't know. Not really sure. All I can see is waiting for people to join this video call. So I don't really know what happened. Oh, she lost internet. Apparently we're still live though, even though she thinks we're down. Well, I will give you my prediction for this week. My prediction is that we will have a green-white checkered finish. And while Kimberly is obviously going with Harvick and Chase for the weekend, I'm going to go with Logano in the Ford. Because I think he's going to make it to the next round. Kimberly would like me to apologize to everybody for the internet issues. And yeah, so we will see you all next week back here at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. And she's going to try and connect again, but I don't know if it's really going to work. So we'll wait a minute or two. But apparently the broadcast is over anyway. So we'll see you guys next week. Have a great night.